Guys, it's Fonzie here with DipYourCar.com. Today what we're going to go over finally is the Plasti Dip Pearlizer. It's the new enhancer from Plasti Dip, so it goes along with the glossifiers, the metalizers, and things like that. We were actually a little bit worried that this was going to be kind of a lighter effect, like a glossifier with a little bit of a hue change or something like that, but it's a lot more than that. It's a pretty complex enhancer. It does have a little bit of a whitish hue that it adds to whatever color or surface, but it has a really cool metallic sheen that it adds too. So we're going to show you what it looks like on different colors, what it looks like on wheels, and how it compares to the matte finish, the metalizer finish, and now the pearlizer finish. So try to give you as many tips and tricks as we can. This is definitely one of the more complex enhancers. You're going to notice that when you try it. Fonzie from Dip Your Car, we're really excited about this one. I hope you enjoy. Alright guys, we're going to start showing you the difference between the matte finish, the silver metalizer, and then that new pearlizer. Now this is a panel of just the matte finish here. This is regular standard black Plasti Dip. And this is what you guys have seen before. This is black Plasti Dip with the silver metalizer over it. And as you can see, it's got a glossy kind of finish, and you can obviously see the sparkles there as well as far as the metalizer. Now this is black Plasti Dip with 3 coats of pearlizer over it. You can see a dramatic difference actually between the metalizer here, which just gives a metal flake, and then that pearlizer, which actually this is 3 heavy coats. It actually almost gives it a full aluminum finish. Now it reflects the light quite a bit and has kind of a sheen to it, but this is the matte black Plasti Dip, the silver metalizer, and then 3 coats of the new pearlizer. And when we bring out the wheels, you'll be able to see what just a couple coats of the pearl does, but this is the 3. It actually has a really, really nice aluminum finish, much different than the gunmetal and the other finishes we had earlier. Alright guys, now we're going to run through the exact same test with gunmetal gray. This is standard gunmetal gray Plasti Dip, just matte Plasti Dip. This is the gunmetal gray with the silver metalizer, and as you can see, just like with the black, there's the silver sparkles that are on there. And then you've got the gunmetal gray with pearlizer over it. And just like the black looks almost identical, it's a little bit lighter, but it's like a full aluminum finish with just a little bit of sheen and sparkle to it. It's really quite different than the gunmetal with the silver metalizer. Okay, this is going to give you guys a really good idea of how much of an impact pearlizer can make on a very simple application. This wheel right here was 3 full coats of matte black Plasti Dip, and on this side we left it just matte black, and on this side we added 2 coats of that new pearlizer. It completely changes the look of the wheel. It's not like the silver metalizer where you stay with a black base or whatever your original base color was and then just add some metal flake. It actually changes the tone, changes the look of the wheel. This is going to be something that's going to be very popular with people that want that anthracite look or something that's a little bit different, a little bit off the wall. I think we're going to see this on a lot of cars moving forward. It's very simple to do, matte black Plasti Dip with just 2 coats of pearlizer. It's different than the gunmetal, it's darker, and it has a heck of a lot more punch than just putting silver metalizer over it. Now this wheel here, this was 3 coats of the matte white, and then on this side where you see this break right here, this side moving over is 2 coats of pearl, and we're going to make sure we get up close with the camera to show this because it's not only toned down a little bit. As you can see, this side is a lot brighter of a white, but it literally looks exactly what you would expect a pearl to look like. It's got a beautiful sheen to it. It changes the dimensions of the spokes and the way that it looks. We're going to get up close because I think this is something we're going to see a lot as well. It really gives the white wheel a pop. I'm going to take you through right now how the pearlizer affects the blaze colors. Those new bright blaze colors have just come out. A lot of people are running through them on their wheels and trim and things like that. So we want to make sure we show you. Now this first one up here is your blaze green, your standard matte blaze green, and this is your pearl blaze green. Now as you can see, with any pearl kind of effect, depending on the angle that you're looking at it, it will either reflect more light or have a little bit lighter of a look. Now in the pearlizer, there is a little bit of a whitish hue, so it is going to kind of pull that color a little bit to a lighter, and you'll see that actually in the blue really well. So there's your blaze green and your pearl blaze green. Up next is Blaze Orange. This is your standard matte Blaze Orange, and then your Pearl Blaze Orange. You can see that reflective surface. Next up we have that Blaze Blue and Pearl Blaze Blue. It's actually one of our favorite ones. It kind of pulls it into a metallic sky blue. It really does affect the blue quite a lot. And then lastly we have up the Blaze Pink and the Pearl Blaze Pink. I think this one's going to be a really big hit with some of our female dippers. You know, we have a lot of different types of people in the dip community. I think that this, you know, believe it or not, the Blaze Pink is the highest selling of the new Blaze colors for us at DipYourCar. So the Pearl Blaze Pink I think should be right up along there with the favorites. Guys, what I'm going to take you through now is a couple of the techniques that that we have used the Pearlizer for. Now the first and most obvious technique is to just get your color down, let it cure, give it about 5-10 minutes, and then you can just do some coats of the Pearlizer over it. That's what we did on the black wheel and the white wheel, and it works really well. But when you're trying to use kind of a lighter effect, you got to realize that there is, like I said, white tint in the Pearlizer. So if you'd imagine if you had a black surface and you were going to put a really light coat with, say, white Plasti Dip over that black surface, it's going to be a little bit cloudy. It's difficult to use the Pearlizer from a light coat point of view to get it to come on evenly. Now we've gotten really good at it over the past couple of days, but we want to make sure we give you guys all the tricks and tips that we've found with this, because we've been playing with this product a lot over the past 3-4 days. Believe it or not, one of the techniques that we really like to use with the Pearlizer, it's kind of a little bit more of an advanced technique, but we've got some dippers out there that are doing some crazy things, so this is going to be right up your alley. I'm going to demonstrate it right now with the red. Now when you use a Pearlizer, it almost works the best when you have it mixed in to your top coat or your clear coat. And what we're going to start with is a white slate here. It's got white, matte white Plasti Dip on it. And believe it or not, we're going to take the red and we're going to take the Pearlizer and we're actually going to spray them into each other, cross the streams, and then as that crossed stream comes out, that's what we're going to be spraying the plate with. The Pearlizer and the red Plasti Dip are going to mix in the air and land together. And what we found is this does an excellent job of mixing the Plasti Dip and the Pearl together and it landing in one smooth coat, and the effect is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you. Definitely try to play around with it if it's something you want to do, but you'll see how it goes. Okay, now I've got the red Plasti Dip in this hand, I've got the Pearlizer in this hand. They're both shaken up really well, and I'm going to shoot them both at about a 45-degree angle, and as they kind of converge together, what you see coming out behind the sprays is what I'm going to move back and forth in front of the panel. And I want to make sure that I strafe the cans together back and forth so that I'm not changing my angles. And we'll show you how it works. And what that's basically done is it's mixed the Pearlizer and the red in midair, and it's landed together as one coating. And man, does that make such a difference when you're using the Pearlizer. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that introduction to the Pearlizer. It's going to be a little bit more of a complex enhancer versus just something like the glossifier where you're just going to spray it on and walk away. This, you can spray it into the stream, you can lay it on before, you can lay it on after. We actually had a lot of success laying it on while the previous coat of the color was still wet. There's a lot of different ways people are going to utilize this. It's going to add a whole bunch of different variables and dimensions to the Plasti Dip game, so I hope you enjoy it. This is one more example. This is Blaze Purple, and this stripe right here has just one coat. This stripe right here has two coats, and actually the cool thing is on the two coat stripe here you can still see some purple through it depending on the angle. So as you can see, it really does affect the color depending on how many coats and how you apply it. So it's one of those things where you're going to have a lot of fun with it. I can't wait to see your pictures on the Dip Your Car forums and anything that you guys send back feedback wise. It's Fonzie from Dip Your Car. Enjoy using the Pearlizer. There's going to be some new stuff coming out. You might even see us do a video showcasing some navy blue stuff in the future. You know where we are, Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else. If you need us, customer service at DipYourCar.com, or you can give us a call. Fonzie from Dip Your Car. I'll see you on the next one.